Betrayal in Brotherhood. Part 11. The Unfinished Battle. James Carter sat in his office, staring at his reflection in the darkened window. He had spent the last 10 years believing in a lie that had taken everything from him, his marriage, his best friend, and the foundation of the life he had built. But one thing remained. Ethan and Lily. They weren't his by blood, but he was still their father, and he had made a decision. He would fight for full custody. Meanwhile, Daniel sat in the corner of a dimly lit bar, a drink in his hand. The weight of his betrayal had crushed him. Claire had filed for divorce. James wanted nothing to do with him. And Sophie? She barely spoke to him anymore. But what scared him the most was the possibility of losing his children. His phone buzzed. A message from Sophie. Sophie. James wants full custody. Daniel's stomach twisted. No. His hands trembled as he typed a reply. Daniel. He can't do that. They're my kids. Sophie's response was instant. Sophie. Then fight for them. Daniel clenched his jaw. He had already lost so much. He couldn't lose them too. The courtroom showdown. A week later, James and Daniel sat across from each other in the family court. The tension was suffocating. James looked calm, but his fists were clenched beneath the table. This was war. Daniel, on the other hand, looked like a man on the edge. Because he was. The judge cleared her throat. Mr. Carter, you are not the biological father of these children. James nodded. That's true. Then why are you seeking full custody? James leaned forward, his voice unwavering. Because I have been their father since the day they were born. I was there for their first steps, their first words, their nightmares, their victories. DNA doesn't change that. The judge turned to Daniel. Mr. Hughes, as the biological father, do you contest this? Daniel's jaw tightened. He looked at James, the man who had unknowingly raised his children, loved them, fought for them. And for the first time, Daniel realized something. Maybe James was the better father after all. The verdict. The judge looked over the case files, tapping her pen. Finally, she spoke. This is an unusual case. While Mr. Hughes is the biological father, Mr. Carter has played the paternal role all their lives. Therefore, I am granting joint custody. James exhaled in relief. Daniel slumped back in his chair. He hadn't lost them completely, but as James walked past him, their eyes met. There was no victory here, just two broken men, bound together by the consequences of a betrayal neither could ever undo. Part 12, the final chapter, drops later today. Stay tuned.